Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to Onshape. Today we're going to look at how to create a drawing with different views, multiple views, and section views. Now I've opened up the drill bit holder again. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this file, and I'm going to come down to the plus sign, and I'm going to say create a drawing. Now if you remember, we did create a custom template before that we're going to use again to create these drawings. If you recall, we set this up so that we could easily have our names, the date something was created, the title, the name of the drawing, our school, and our period all here for us. So we shouldn't have to change most of this information. We will have to add in our school and possibly a title in the future, especially, well, once we select our part, we should see that populate. I'm going to select part 1, which is our drill bit holder. Now I have a few options before I place this. I want to come over here and I see view orientation. On the right, I can see the orientation is currently the front view. I can change this to the top view, the left view, the right view, or even an isometric view. But for now, I want to keep it at that front view. I can also change the scale of the object. Perhaps I think it's too small. I can change it, or too large. I can make it smaller, or if that's not useful, I can start getting larger towards the bottom here. I see I have a 2:1, which will double it, or even 3:1. Well, this seems a bit too large. So I'm going to go back to that 1:1 scale and keep it right where I want it. It'll be that regular size. I'll place this in approximately the bottom middle of where the drawing will be and let it place. Now that I've placed that, I have the opportunity to make projections. If I drag to the right, I'll get a right side view. If I click, I can drag to the left and get the left side view. Click again and drag to the top, I'll get the top side view. And if I want an isometric, I can click on the object and drag diagonally to get an isometric view. Now, each of these would be good for a multi-view drawing. The one we don't use is usually the left side view. But for now, I'm going to delete these by selecting them and pressing the delete key. If you get stuck with the tool, you may need to hit escape. So I'll left click and delete, left click and delete, left click and delete, and left click and delete. So let's look at some of the different views that we have. One, if we look at this tool, we have a projected view. That's what we just did. If I click it, I can select my object and create a view in either one of my projected directions. Beside that is an auxiliary view. An auxiliary view will take an edge and allow me to place from that edge. So here again, we're able to get different views. If I want to get rid of the view, I can left click and delete. But then we have a different view, or a section view. The section view gives us a few options. We're going to look at the vertical and horizontal section. We use a section view when we need to see what's going on inside of an object. Think of cutting an object in half and looking at the inside like an apple. If you cut an apple in half, you can see the seeds and the core. That's very useful if you want to know what's going on inside of the apple, because often you cannot see that, and you wouldn't know just from the outside. Looking at the outside of our sketch, we only know a few things about this drill bit holder. Now we created it, so we know it's hollow, but we can't tell that from the drawing. So let's start with a vertical view. I'm going to bring this line over here, and you see it gives me a vertical axis. I'm going to find a hard point and let it snap to the center. Left click, I drag right, I can place that view, and it now shows me where the hard points are in this object. Where you see diagonal lines, that means material is present. The hollow areas mean there's a vacuum. There's no material there. We see a hard line here showing that there's an open space, though something is behind it. The arrows help us understand what direction this object was cut in. This is a vertical section view. We also have a horizontal section view. I'll click the horizontal tool, and then I'm going to select a line. I want to again try to find that centermost point. Now it will let me drag up once it's done thinking. If I click, I'll see that this is as if the object had been cut in half across here. And it'll show me what's on the inside. So we have a vertical section view that has been labeled A, and a horizontal section view, which has been labeled B. I'm going to left-click each view and press Delete, and notice it removes the line and the view. The last view we're going to look at is the Detail view. The Detail view will allow us to focus on one particular detail on the object. So I'll click the Detail view, and what I'm able to do is click and drag a point to create a circle. So I chose the corner, and it now gives me a detailed view of the corner. This is very useful whenever you have a detail that in a regular sized sketch may not be obvious, but upon a closer inspection will show a great deal more than just this view. This is useful when showing details that need fine-tuning but aren't easily seen on a multi-view sketch. These are the major views that we'll be using this year. Make sure that you're familiar with each of the tools so you can use them quickly and efficiently.